So I'm gonna be talking about blood and vaginas and things like that. So if you're not here for that or you're a little immature, then maybe don't watch this video. Hi friends, my name is Colleen and I make vegan, low-waste lifestyle videos. So welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking to you guys about something that everyone is sort of talking about. You're seeing it everywhere. Lots of people are talking about it, using it, and that thing is the period cup. So I'm gonna be talking about blood and vaginas and things like that. So if you're not here for that or you're a little immature, then maybe don't watch this video. But if you wanted to know 3 things I sort of learned and think you should know if we're buying or using a period cup, then you're at the right place. So the format of this video is going to be my experience, 3 things I think you should know about the menstrual cup, and then some tips and tricks like throughout the video. So yeah, this is the period cup. It's squishy. It's made out of silicone. It's pretty revolutionary. So for those of you who don't know, the menstrual cup is basically an eco-friendly alternative to all the traditional single-use period products. But yeah, in terms of my experience, the menstrual cup to me has always just been something that I keep seeing on Instagram. They know who they're targeting for ads, honestly. I've always just been hesitant because it's kind of a big change. It's scary, you know, you're putting something new like into your body. So I've just kind of like pushed it off. As of May of 2020, which is around 3-ish months ago, I finally made the change. So I saw it at my local grocery store and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna try it. It was around $40, but also one of the best decisions I've ever made, and honestly a long-term investment. So the brand that I use is the Diva Cup, and there are so many other brands out there. I will put some examples here. Yeah, so I've been using it for around 3 cycles now and I love it. You just have it in for 12 hours throughout the day. What I do is I insert it in the morning and then go about my day. I don't really have to take it out at all until I shower it at the end of the day, and I take it out and change it, go to sleep with it. It's so convenient, and also it doesn't feel like anything down there at all. Moving on to the things that I think you should know. Number 1, before you use a period cup or buy one, I think you should know your why. What I mean by that is to know your reason behind buying it and switching into the product. And obviously for a lot of people, it's about the eco-friendly aspect. I'm not going to go into too much details. We actually produce 200,000 tons of single-use waste from the traditional period products each year. That's like kind of insane if you think about it. So that is my why. That's basically why I got it. If, you know, you don't care about the environment, questionable. Let's just say you don't care about the environment. It's actually super cost effective. It's such an investment. It's $40. A menstrual cup can kind of range between $20 to $40, but if you think about it, our period comes every month. So when we use traditional period products like tampons or pads, it's actually kind of like a subscription service. Like, why are we paying every single month for something that we can't control? It's just kind of crazy to me. Tampons and pads on average can cost up to $150 a year, or sometimes even more than that. I just think that's really unnecessary when you can just invest into a period cup, and if you take really good care of it, it can last up to 10 years. 10 years, dude. So knowing your why is pretty important. If health and safety is something you really care about, it's actually so much safer and healthier for your vagina if you buy a menstrual cup, because most of them are made out of 100% silicone, and it actually just sits there. It sits in there, and instead of absorbing blood, it collects blood. So it doesn't absorb like the necessary moisture you need down there like a tampon would, and also it doesn't mess up your pH down there. So if that's a concern for you, then maybe consider buying one. But like I said, my why was how it's eco-friendly, but then after I used it, I realized it's actually an amazing product. Like, it kind of feels like you're not even on your period if you ignore the cramps. So yeah, I would definitely say find your why, and the more I use it, the more my why becomes how amazing this product is. Moving on to the next one. So number 2 is that, like everything, switching into a menstrual cup is not going to be 100% super easy. Honestly, this is something that sort of surprised me, which I don't know why, because when I reflected back, I realized I've been using and been told to use tampons and pads my whole life. So the first time I used it, I got really frustrated at like the insertion and the taking it out part. I needed to practice, and I was for some reason surprised that I can't do it on the first few tries. But if you think about it, we've been told to use traditional period products and been using traditional period products for years now, and for me it's literally 21 years. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that we need to practice it. And now that I finished my 3rd cycle, I'm pretty Gucci. Like, I can use it like that. I know how to work it. I know what to do. Yeah, I guess the second point is just to let people know that, like anything, it needs practice, and you shouldn't expect it to be like super easy to switch into. But with that being said, I have a few tips and tricks. So tip number 1 is to watch a bunch of YouTube videos on the insertion and taking it out. And obviously the YouTube video isn't gonna actually show you like it sticking up a vagina, but there's actually a lot of ways that you can fold. When I bought the Diva cup, it actually came with like this little pouch and this manual, and it's quite cute actually. I won't show you all of it, but it has like instructions and the different ways of how you can insert this. So my tip number 1 is to watch a bunch of videos and find your favorite way, because the typical way, which is like this, yeah, that doesn't really work for me. I mostly prefer to fold with one finger down like that. I don't know if that's TMI, but it got really frustrating in the beginning when it wouldn't go in because I didn't know how to. And obviously everyone's vagina is different, so find your favorite way. And tip number 2 is to clean the holes. So if you didn't know, most period cups actually have holes on the side of them, and that's how like the vacuum section works. What I do is, after I empty it each time, I make sure that these holes are clear and doesn't have like blood things stuck in it. So what you can do is, if you're at home, which we probably all are because COVID, you just put water in it and then you cover your hand and then you squish. So when you squish and cover, you force the water to come out from the holes, and that's how I clean it. In a public bathroom, I'm not sure what you would do. I mean, I don't really need to change it out much during the day, so it's not really a problem for me right now. But another tip that I researched and found is, after you take it out, rinse it with cold water instead of hot water so it doesn't facilitate the staining process. It is blood down there and this is clear. Some period cups are black, but it is going to stain in the long run. Yeah, those are just a few tips and tricks, but I will link a very, very helpful video below. But moving on to my 3rd point. So the 3rd thing that I think you should know to sort of sell the menstrual cup to you is, surprisingly, it actually made me love my body and myself more. If you're watching this and you're a woman, you know that the period is kind of taboo for no reason. You know when you're in high school and you need a tampon, you grab it out of your bag and you have to like hide it in your sleeve and then you run to the bathroom. It's always just been like something that's like hush hush, which I don't really understand. And also there's this connotation of like you're dirty when you're on your period, everything is dirty and gross. But using the period cup, it actually allowed me to sort of accept that part of myself more. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if this is like a little hippy dippy. It makes your period more convenient, therefore you don't dislike your period, you know, every month. Something that also surprised me is that we don't bleed as much as we think. You know, when you empty it, you see how little blood there actually is. And also, the point to the period cup staining, it kind of just normalizes like the period, because it's just blood and it's pretty normal. So what if your cup stains? It's purely for aesthetic reasons. Silicone is very clean. Even if it stains a little, it kind of just, you know, you're just like, oh well. Another reason why you might love yourself more, like how I loved myself more after the switch, is the fact that you're aligning your actions with your values. I've gone years considering getting a period cup but never really did. If you are someone who truly cares for the environment and you want to decrease the amount of single-use plastic that you use, then getting a menstrual cup is actually such a good idea, because then you're consistent with your values and beliefs and you know you're doing good by the environment. Most pads and tampons are lined with plastic, and a pad is actually mostly plastic, and we get our period every month. So if you really think about it, this one period cup can make such a big difference. So that's kind of why I'd say it helps with self-care and self-love, because you're being consistent and you're being better to the environment. So that's it. Those are the things I have to say about the menstrual cup, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really want to make the switch and you're kind of on the fence about it, I say go do it. Honestly, one of the best decisions ever. A few of my friends just switched to a period cup and they're already texting me like, I love this shit. It's life-changing, it's amazing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'll put a few useful links down there along with like a link to buy the Diva cup. Other than that, subscribe and like, and I'll see you in my next video.